Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mauricette Diaz, and in this channel you'll find a lot of information about nutrition, weight loss, and healthy lifestyle. So before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do that now, and then at the end, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Now, on today's video, I am going to share with you 5 tips that will help you reduce hunger while dieting. So I do want to start off by saying that, when you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle, there's really no magic pill that's just going to make things, happen for you or just make them easier. There really isn't, unfortunately. I wish there was. But however, there are little tips and tricks that you can do that will make it a little bit more comfortable, and that will make your life so much easier while you're in a caloric deficit trying to lose weight. So these 5 tips, that's what they are. They're just little things that you can make or that you can change on your everyday lifestyle just to make it a little bit easier and to make it a little bit more enjoyable, because a lot of people feel like, being on a diet is miserable, or that, a diet, a caloric deficit, whatever you want to call it, a meal plan. People think that it's miserable and that you should not eat anything, only eat lettuce, tomatoes, and boiled chicken or grilled chicken, and that's about it. And it really isn't. You can eat a little bit of everything. You can have a really good balanced diet, but you do need to be in a caloric deficit if you're trying to lose weight. And when we are in a caloric deficit, we will be hungry. That's the point, right? You're eating less calories than the amount of calories that you're burning. So you will be hungry. So these are just little tricks that will help you just go through that, not hate life while you're dieting, and also reduce hunger. So the very first tip that I have for you is reduce liquid calories. So this applies for sodas, juices, and alcohol. So that's something that I say all the time to my friends. I tell them, because you guys know I eat a lot and I love to snack all day. I always say I try to not drink my calories, because I know that I'm someone who likes eating very frequently. So I'll rather eat a bag of popcorn that's 100 calories instead of drinking a cocktail or a soda that's going to be 250 calories. So that's personal preference, right? And to be honest, that's something that's easy for me, because I love drinking water, and I'm not a big fan of sodas or juices or anything like that. But I know that there are people who love drinking soda and who love juice and who love having wine every single night. And I'm not saying that you can't have it. I'm just saying you need to do it, in moderation. And if throughout the day you're struggling because you're very hungry, then maybe it's time to, just swift the calories instead of being it calories that are going, to beverages that are really not going to fill you up. Then maybe every now and then try to skip those, or try to have diet soda, for example, or flavored sparkling water or anything like that. Or even if you are going to have alcohol, you could try maybe having tequila or having vodka, which are some of the liquors that have the least amount of calories. There's a cocktail that I love that's probably my go-to all the time, which is ranch water, which is just tequila, soda water, and lime. It's really good. It's very low in calories. So that's one of the tips that I have for you. It's if you're really struggling during the day and you feel very hungry, but you notice that a lot of your calories are coming from beverages, then I would suggest lowering those beverages and adding a little bit more of a snack or a fruit or a veggie, or just something that's going to help you not be as hungry during the day. Now, the second tip is going to be to have high protein intake. So protein is the macronutrient that fills you up the most. So out of all of the macronutrients, so if you don't know what macronutrients are, I actually have a video explaining that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the video right up here. But pretty much macronutrients are carbs, protein, and fats. So out of all of those, protein is the macronutrient that fills you up the most. And also it's the one that when you're going through digestion, it burns the most calories while you're going through digestion. So that's just an added bonus to it. So that's why a lot of people say that, you know, having like a good amount of protein with your meals, it's going to help you stay full for longer. So that would be one of the tips, or one of the things that I would definitely suggest. And then also, if you are trying to lose weight, but at the same time you want to maintain or grow muscle, you need to make sure that you are eating a really good amount of protein. Now, my next tip is limit refined sugars. Now, I've said it a million times, carbs are not the devil, you know? Carbs are not what is making you fat, or carbs are not, you know, you should not like completely remove carbs out of your life. I'm not saying that. I love carbs. I eat a lot of carbs. So just so you know, sugars are carbs. So I'm not saying to never have sugar again, or to never have carbs again, but refined sugar is very high in calories, and then it's not good quality of food. So for example, a lollipop could have 200 to 300 calories when almost 100 grams of strawberries barely has like 40 calories. So we're talking about carbs, right? It's sugar, but it's just different quality of sugars and different amounts, because one lollipop, I mean, might not really fill you up, but if you're having 100 grams of strawberries, that's gonna fill you up much more. So when I say limit refined sugars, that's what I mean. I'm not saying completely remove them out of your life. You know, I count macros. That's what I do when I'm trying to lose weight and when I'm trying to be in a caloric deficit. So I do eat a little bit of everything, and I include refined sugars in it. But I track everything. So I make sure that I'm staying in a good balance, so that just to make sure that not everything that I'm eating is coming from refined sugars. It's just one of those things that you just have to be very careful, have a good balance. I'm not saying to take it completely out of your life. You know, you deserve to have a candy every now and then, to have a pastry, to have regular soda. I'm not saying to not do it, but if you are struggling with hunger and you are hungry throughout the day, then maybe instead of just having one little snack that has 200-300 calories, maybe you can have a big plate of fruit that is going to be much more filling and that has way less calories. Next, we have one that I've actually shared before, but it's something that's very, very important and that really helps me. And it's going to be to be very conscious of your food environment. And what I mean with that is just look around and see what type of food you have accessible to you and of easy access. Because for example, if you have bags of chips and candy and all of these delicious but not very nutritious foods in the house, that's very just easy for you to just grab and eat all day. Or even at the office, if that's a type of food or type of snacks that you bring to the office, that's what you're going to end up eating, because that's what's easy. And although we all like to think that, oh yeah, I'm very motivated now and I'm going to follow this diet 100%, there's going to be days or times where we're just stressed, or we're tired, or we're hungry, and all we want is just something quick and simple that we don't have to prepare and we don't have to spend 20 minutes trying to get it ready. So something that I do is I try to not have food that I can't eat in the house. Now, I don't live on my own. I live with my fiance. So that's sometimes hard to do because he's also allowed to eat the foods that he likes. So although I do still have some things in the house, you know, like cookies or candy that I don't necessarily want to eat all the time, I do also make sure that I do have things that I like that are more on the healthier side and more macro-friendly side. So every time we're both like looking for a snack or something quick, although he does have all of those like really delicious and tempting foods, I know that I also have very good and very easy access and very easy accessible snacks as well. So something that was very, very important for me was the type of snacks that I brought to work, because I stress eat. So what would happen is I would get stressed at work and I would just want to start snacking. And if I didn't bring any snacks with me, I would literally go and find something to eat. It didn't matter what it was. And I work at a hotel that always has really good pastries or snacks or something. So I had to learn to bring my own snacks, food that I knew would help me stay within my macros, stay within my goals, and that I would be able to eat whenever I was feeling that anxiety or that hunger, that wouldn't really affect my progress. And my final tip is going to be have a plan for the weekend. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, weekends are really, really hard because I'm so used to having a structure during the week. I know exactly how to do. I know what time I'm going to wake up. I know I'm going to go to work. This is the time that I'm having lunch. It's everything already so structured. And then the weekend, it's kind of more like in the air. So having a plan, and by a plan, I don't mean you need to have every single thing like already scheduled, like hour by the hour, but kind of like knowing in advance, if possible, could help. You know, being like, okay, so on Saturday, I'm going to go out to eat with friends. So then in the morning, maybe I can add a workout, and I know that I'm going to go to this restaurant, so I can go ahead and look in advance and see what are the best menu options that align with my goals. And because I'm going to do this, then maybe I'm going to have just Greek yogurt and berries for breakfast. So I can go a little bit crazier at lunchtime. And then on Sunday, I'm going to go for a hike and etc. So just having some sort of plan so that at least you feel like, okay, so I know what I'm doing. And it doesn't just like catches you off guard. And then you end up having 3 huge meals that then not only affect your progress, but then end up making you feel bad. And the worst part about that is that many times when that happens, you're just like, you know what? I already had 3 donuts. Who cares? I'm just gonna go ahead and just not care this weekend, and then just have pizza, and then have burgers, and then drink a ton, and then all of the progress that you did in the week is just completely gone just because you went a little bit out of control on the weekend. So just having a little bit of a structure during the weekend and having a plan, if possible. Now, I know that things will come up and that's okay, but the more that you can plan and structure during the weekend, I feel like that's been very helpful for me. I'll give you an example. I know that my fiance likes to eat fast food. That's something that we do almost every single weekend, if not every single weekend. So what I learned to do is now I know from every single one of the fast food restaurants which one is the best option for me to help me stay within my goals and within my macros. So now I know we're gonna end up going to a fast food restaurant at some point in the weekend. So for breakfast, I'll have something light, very high in protein, but low in fat, because I know that either for lunch or for dinner, I might go a little bit over my macros or my goals. So just having that little plan or little structure has been very helpful for me. Well, those were my 5 tips. I really hope they help and that, you know, they just make you not be as hungry, because I mean, I don't know of anyone who likes being hungry, but I definitely don't. So these little tricks have really helped me just like kind of be in a good place. I've been on a weight loss journey for quite some time now. I will say I'm not being as strict now as I was maybe a year or 2 ago, but when you have a lot of weight to lose, it's going to take some time, and then it's going to become a lifestyle. So the more of these little tips that you have that just like make your lifestyle so much easier, at least for me, they're lifesavers. So I hope some of these help and make your life a little bit much easier. So thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you again, and see you next time. Bye.